Hola, 'tis I, Alicia. How are you? I hope you're doing well. We're gonna look into, because this is what I was curious about. They said when they arrested Kohberger that he was eager to get back to Idaho, probably because he wanted to see the probable cause affidavit. And I I could see that could be he wants to know what they got on him. And I'm curious how he's feeling now. I'm recording this. This is January 5th, 11:48 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So he's been in court already today. I wonder how he's feeling. Is he feeling like uh gosh, who knows? Let's just see. We're gonna look into it, see what we find out. Again, it's all alleged for entertainment purposes because it's a tarot card reading. So get your wits about you. All right. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting for a first card. Um, okay. Oh my. So what I'm seeing here is like it's like his world has turned upside down. I would have to assume that meant that he felt he had covered all his bases. They are now saying that it was a knife sheath found at the scene and they tied it with the DNA. Oh my. Um so this has rocked his world essentially, which good. Good, mister. I think I'm so smart. All right. All right. Here's what we've got going on. So, this essentially has flipped his world upside down. Before he got to court, he was kind of waiting and hanging. And I would even guess there was some trying to see if there was a way he could take a look at the probable cause affidavit ahead of time. Can I sneak a peek at that? Do you have access to it? Um, and so there's this idea he was in the past year he was afraid that they would have enough to move forward. I don't know if in his mind he was thinking, they're just blowing smoke, they don't have anything. um and I think now he's just like his world's come crashing down. they i would I would say. Now, I know he's innocent until proven guilty, and this is just speculation, my opinion. This is almost dead to rights kind of thing here to me with the Tower card. This is not good. This is not just, we could explain it away that I mean, I'm sure they'll still try to explain it away if we're even going to trial, but this is pretty damning. That's what this feels like to him. Like, damn it, I thought I covered my bases. I thought they weren't gonna that I wiped that thing down, that sheath, that there's nothing on there. I swear I used gloves, da da da. Um, because he here coming through as the emperor, he's so smart, he's the greatest mind of the world in terms of crime, and I don't know how that I cannot even believe it. Um, Now the interesting thing here, um, he he might want to this'll be I'm not even sure because he wants to see all the evidence. He wants everything brought out. He wants to see it, but he's also, like, not quite sure where he wants to go with this. In terms of, does he want to see the evidence and then just plead guilty? But there's some idea I think he wants this to play out, almost as if he would get a front row seat, as sick as it sounds, he would get a front row seat to other experts and people in the fields of their various expert areas that could talk about his crime and the mistakes he made and help him, like, it's all about him. That's how he feels. He wants to have this. And he wants to control the situation. So there's this idea like, I want to keep my head down and, maybe not do anything to make this worse and, you know, not necessarily fight it. But there's definitely this other side of him that wants to have this all presented so he can see it all and have everybody talking about him. And then he's going to, in his mind, critique them. They thought it was for that, but it was really for this. So let's see then what we can find out here with this suspect, does he want to go to trial? Is that his desire now? Does he want to go to trial? He has a next hearing to put in his plea, I believe in a week or so. And so maybe he's like, let's go to trial because I want to hear it all. Seems like he does, but let's see what the cards have to say. And if you haven't yet, come join me in the Moon Moth Manor and get exclusive and early access to videos, my readings, and come support me. Join me over there. I would surely appreciate it. All right, let's see what we can find out. Does he want to go to trial? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm covering up my person that's not wearing any clothes because I don't know if YouTube's actually going in and giving people, you know, slap on the wrist for that still. It's ridiculous. But let us press on. So, underlying energy. Okay, so I think he definitely wants to do this. It's interesting because I think he thought he was going to not even get in this position. Like he was going to be able to go on a long-term career. A career is the only way I can say it. Um, that he was going to be so good at managing himself and the things that he was doing that he would be able to continue on for quite a while, like build up. The way it comes to me is like a portfolio. How disgusting. Now, now he's entered a new phase, and because he thinks he is so smart, this is a surprise to him that he's going to have to, you know, go through this phase of a trial. He wants to go to trial. He knows it's almost, he knows he's, well, obviously, well, maybe not obviously, allegedly for entertainment purposes, and he's innocent until proven guilty. He's guilty. Okay. My opinion. And the way this reads is, all right, fair fight. You got me. You caught my DNA there. I missed it. Didn't think I thought I got everything, but you got me. But yes, I do want to go to trial. And yes, I know that's going to be the end of my career as a demon in the world. So that's kind of a bummer. Um, and it's idea here. I can't win either way, whichever way we go, whether it's that I'm doing a trial, whether it's that I plead no contest. I don't even know if that's an option, whether I plead guilty, whatever. I'm not getting out of this. So I would rather go through the whole system. I would like to see the whole experience from the defendant's side. And so there's also this idea he wants to help with his defense. He wants to be a partner here in his defense. And I'm almost going to wonder if he's not thinking that perhaps he would like to represent himself. He's going to be evaluating his state appointed counsel to see, almost as if he's going to give them his own type of IQ test, or he wants to test how knowledgeable they are, how helpful they'll be. I would almost wonder if he wants to be lead counsel and their co-counsel. I don't even know what that's called, but there's this idea he wants his story told in a proper way. Disturbing. And it's kind of a my way or the highway. So this it feels like he very much wants to put out a defense, and there's something else he wants to prove in terms of his defense, but there's still like we're still in the early stages, and he's wanting to wait and see, like we saw in the other spread, what evidence they have against him. So he's not quite settled on that yet. But he definitely wants to be like in co-creation with his council or his team or whatever. This doesn't feel like someone who just wants to be like, you know, let me save the families. Doesn't feel like that at all. This feels like a guy who's ready to move forward. So the last thing I want to look at, those 2 times that he was stopped on the highway, they had the body cams from the law enforcement, and he got caught tailgating once and speeding another time, I believe. So, and I think they just wanted to get eyes on him, I guess, to see if he had any cuts or whatever on him. But I'm wondering what he was thinking when they pulled him over. Was he thinking, "Oh shit, they finally got me," or was he thinking he got away with it and it's just a strange coincidence? So let's see what he was thinking when he got pulled over by the po-po. And if you have other questions, put them down below. We can certainly do more readings. I'm just wanted to get these ones out of my system, see what's going on here. All right.
And then he had the nerve to be like, after I took care of it, like, my company had sold him.
Okay, so that's okay. Hold on. That's obvious. Okay, so he was concerned at that time that they already had him on the list. So he was already like thinking that this might be related to it, um, to the crimes in Moscow. So here it is, him in the center of the situation. He's like, oh shit, I've got secrets. They're onto me, perhaps. And I need to just keep it cool. Keep it cool. Don't say anything. Just play dumb. Play dumb. But the overriding concern here is that, oh, they have me in their crosshairs. They know who I am. They're very well aware of what's going on here. He didn't want to get arrested. That was a big fear of getting pulled over. He didn't want to get arrested, taken in, fingered, whatever. He did not want to get caught. He's been hiding this secret and he wanted to keep it a secret. Like we saw earlier, that he wanted to continue on his career of being a criminal, allegedly. And so these traffic stops were an obstacle to him moving forward out of the scene. So now it makes me wonder, what is that? These traffic stops are an obstacle because there's a goal on the other side of this, right? What is that goal when he gets to Pennsylvania? Because maybe we can figure that out. So what we have here then is him just play it cool. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, me? I'm just, tooling around here on the interstate highways of America. Obviously, a future event is he's the star of the show and everybody knows about it. But, at that time, he didn't want to be out there in the limelight. And so he felt when he was getting pulled over that he was very much putting in this wonderful balancing act, a very calm, cool, collected, this is weird, trying to act like how would a normal person act if they got pulled over by the cops. How do they do that? Oh, yes, hi, do I smile? Do I not smile? Would that be too obvious? There's an over analyzing of how to respond to law enforcement when they pull you over. So yeah, but he each time he got pulled over, it was like, this is it. They've nailed me. They got me. This is it. And so he each time was kind of scared here shitless that, oh gosh, now I'm done. They're gonna put me in the back of the car, clink clink and all that jazz. So let's go forward. Now I think this will be our last question. What was his primary obstacle is moving forward? He had to get there. He had to get to Pennsylvania. It was interesting when they said, Stroudsburg, PA, because that's where my family on my mom's side is from. You spend lots of time in Stroudsburg. Who knew? So let's see. Moving forward, what's this? Why does he got to get there? He's got get there itis. Got to get over there to Pennsylvania. Him being in control again. Gosh, is this going to be his calling card for these readings? Perhaps it is. Oh, okay. I think this was what do you call that? Monday morning quarterbacking? Um, so because he has this idea that he's not sure what they've got, if he's the one that, they're zeroing in on or not, but he kind of thinks they might be, not sure. Um, and so this feels like I need to get back home. I need to get back home. I need to do a debrief of sorts. That's how this feels like. I need to do a debrief. I need to, like, almost as if I want to go through my notes. I want to go through my keepsakes. I want to go through my stuff. I want to do an inventory. Like, it's like I saw the like the banker boxes, like that the law enforcement have of evidence, or the lawyers have of evidence, both banker boxes. Like, he wanted to create a whole box around this and have all of his stuff in there, and he wanted documented. And I, like, there's plastic bags. He wants to put stuff in plastic bags. He wants to have notebooks. He wants things that are subject tabs. He wanted to go through all of his stuff. Yeah. Okay. So then there's this idea, in case, because he's not sure if he's under the spotlight or not, in case he wants to, be able to have this. So if he can get out of this, that he can relive this and have this well documented. Um, but he also wants this for in case he has to mount a defense. This is back to his story he wants to tell. He has a story he needs to get out there. So I need to get back home. I need to put this together. I want to relive the event because he's a sick fuck. And he, yeah, he wants to go. It's essentially like, I want to go back to the scene through my memories. I want to savor. I want to properly document it. I want to preserve it. There's like some idea too, like of a, not necessarily like, I guess it's still like a crime scene technician. I was gonna say like an archaeologist. Like, I want to have this and like have it documented in time, date it. Uh, it's almost as if he had access to, like, you know, doing deeper dives on evidence, he would. Like, oh, I'm gonna send this off to the lab to see what this piece has on it or something like that. Demented. Um, However, so he wanted to go back, relive the situation because he couldn't go back and be so, go back to the scene of the crime. Can't do that. That's, gonna get you caught. Um, but he wants to be able to pull this kit out from time to time. Um, and so he had all these ideas in mind of how he was going to do this. He had his ideas of where he was going to store this. So I'm not even sure about the weapon at this point, where that is. We'll have to do another reading on it. But this is very much just, I want to have this little evidence kit of his that he wants to create. He wants to put it somewhere off site so then he can go and relive, his writings, almost as if he had like a safe, safe deposit box offsite that he wanted to go to and be able to check in on it, check it out and come back to it and put it back in there, because it was just very much like a turn on. Sick to say, a turn on, but all right. Oh gosh. So, yeah. So let me know what you think. Of course, I'm sure you have a ton of questions. Um, I hope that this gives the families some hope that they actually got this demon in custody, and I hope they get the justice they deserve for these sweet kids. Yes, I'm calling them kids still because they could have been my kids. They could have been your kids if you're old enough of a certain age. But anyhow, let's pray for them as we move forward. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Adios.